Welcome to Watch Symposium. I'm Austin. All right, so I'm in the center of Tokyo. I just went to my first AD since the 2020 releases. I walked in and a guy was asking about, I think we know what. I just remember he left saying, "Musakashi desu ne," which means it's difficult. I think I know what he's talking about. Something steel. And what did they have? They had two steel pieces. One was oyster braceleted date just with a shell diamond dial. White shell, kind of effeminate. A white gold fluted bezel. And then they had a Jubilee braceleted date just, black dial, smooth bezel. That was it. That was it. So that's, and I didn't tell you which one I went to, but the one I just went to was my favorite AD. The woman there is really nice. And we did some chatting, and apparently the Oyster Perpetual line is now popular. And they're selling for about a 2,000 premium here in Japan. Now, what colors do the Japanese like? Well, they like the turquoise, the green, and the silver, according to her. I like the bright blue. I'm a traditional kind of guy. But the question is, and this is an important question, can you change the dials on the OP? Can you collect them all? I mean, that's what I want to know. And I called RSC about that, and they said they don't have an answer for me yet. And according to the woman at the AD, it takes a year for them to decide. So they're new models, obviously, these Oyster Perpetuals. We don't know if we're going to be able to change the dials or not, okay? And, you know, you can on, say, an Explorer 2. That's something we talked about in my last video. And, you know, 16570, you can, you know, get a polar or get a, you know, a black dial. They'll do that, right? You can do that, and they'll give you the old one here. Now, are we going to be able to do it? That's the interesting question. My guess is a big no, all right? Why? It would just be too much fun to get all those dials, which we would do. I'd do it. You know, I really like the blue, but I really like the yellow too. But I wouldn't want the yellow full time, you know? So I'd get them all. I mean, I'd collect them all. And that's fun. And Rolex doesn't want us to have fun, I think. Well, they're just really strict. I don't think they want these dials getting out. They don't want them, you know, being replaced on the 116000 or the 143000. You know, they want these watches to, well, obviously these dials, I mean, they want them to stay with the proper watches. So I have a feeling that it's not going to be allowed. And if it is, they're going to keep your old dial. So you'll be able to switch out your dial, but say goodbye to whatever color you switch it out from. So I think that's my prediction. But, you know, that would be fun. And that right there, the novelty of, you know, all those different dials and collecting them, I probably would get an OP. But I just don't see them doing that. And so there you go. That's the news. But we have to wait a year because who knows? Maybe they'll say, yeah, it's fine. But I would be very surprised. Otherwise, I think you're going to see some shenanigans like, you know, 116000s with pink dials that aren't quite proper. I don't know. Maybe we'd see that. Maybe we wouldn't. But I don't think they want that. And I think they want to keep these dials probably, you know, kind of special. So to just dole them out to anybody who's willing to pay for them, and they'd be expensive. I just don't see that happening. But anyway, let me know what you think. I'm going to hit another AD up here. We'll see what we see, which will probably be nothing, but we'll try. All right, guys. Well, they had one steel piece. It was a 36mm date just with a pinkish dial, oyster bracelet, smooth bezel. That's it. They had all the steel pieces on display there, not for sale. I mean all. They had the Explorer 2's black dial and white dial. They had the 43 millimeter Sea Dweller, the James Cameron, and they had both GMTs, the Pepsi and the BLNR. Oh, it hurt to see the BLNR. It looked beautiful just sitting there. I don't know, that kind of pissed me off because they're just sitting there on display. You can't buy them, you can just look at them. I wonder if that's where they keep them. I mean, you know, they could sell them. I don't know, maybe they're sitting there waiting for, you know, the person that's like the, you know, loyal customer that has bought all their gold stuff. I don't know, maybe that's where they keep them. Instead of the back, they keep them out in the front. It feels like they're taunting me, kind of pissing me off. So much so I didn't even chat up the staff. I was just like, I was feeling bitter. I was feeling kind of, I thought I'm going to get nasty if I do. And I didn't want to give them the pleasure of even talking about those watches and them going, because they're kind of, I think they take a little too much pleasure in saying no. So I didn't want to give them that. But anyway, all right, well, surprise, surprise. I had to come into this area of Tokyo today to do some errands, so this wasn't really a full-on mission, but it was interesting to stop by and see what they had. All right, let me know what you think as far as those OP dials go. What do you think? Like I said, I'll reiterate my position. They're going to allow you to change them because that would be kind of a dick move for them not to be able to. You know, if you walked in and said, you know, I'm getting older and my eyesight's going and I'm having a hard time reading the time on it, for them to say, get on out. We're gonna help you out with that. That would be crazy. So I think they'll give you a chance to switch it out, but I think it's going to be at the cost of the dial that you have. I don't think they're going to let you collect the dials. That's my prediction. Let me know what you think about it. It'll be interesting to see. We'll see in a year, and you know that could determine whether or not I get an OP. I'm talking like I could actually find one. They're as hard to find as the BLNR. All right, so yeah. Anyway, let me know what you think. Take care. Thanks for watching. See you next time.